So Stanley Morgan is appealing his fine he got for this hit on the punt return against the Texans. Now, the reason why he's appealing it is because it's double his game check. Guys, keep in mind, he was not active versus the Ravens, okay? Probably because of this hit right here. Then you got to keep in mind that going before that, he's only played 2 games this season. And he just got fined 2 times his paycheck for this one hit. So pretty much, the 2 games he played this season, he lost every single dime he made based on this one hit. This is why he's appealing this and trying to get this changed. Because this was a $43,709 hit. Now, the worst thing about this hit, and I'm going to play it right here, is just, it was stupid. It was pointless. It was reckless. There was no reason to do this. This is what if you want to call it something dirty, you call this dirty. This was a dirty hit on their punt returner when he was out of bounds. I mean, he's out of bounds, right? Look, he's literally being tackled here. And at what point could Stanley Morgan stop himself? Right here, he is not launching. He is not running full speed. He is stopping. He is literally watching the play. And then he decides at this moment right here, let me lower my shoulder and lead my head into this guy's head. Why? Just why? This was a 15-yard penalty, thankfully, on the football circumstances. This was also a penalty on them, so it offset, so they got the ball at the 10-yard line. But if it wasn't a penalty on them, or if it, let's say, for example, Stanley Morgan doesn't do this stupid crap, they have the ball at the 5-yard line. They are now pinned deep in their own end zone, and potentially we get a turnover, something like that, right? In the end here, we do this stupid thing, well, Stanley Morgan does, and he gets fined for it because, yeah, he cost us 5 yards on the play. Could have cost us 15 yards, but for their guy also messing up. So right here, the guy's going down. He's getting tackled. I mean, he literally is being wrapped up right here, about to go to the ground. And no way can he break away from this play. So Stanley Morgan, as he decides to do here, the guy is close to the out of bounds, obviously again being tackled. He decides to lower his head here, lead with the crown of his helmet right into the Texans guy's head, and slam him to the ground and smash him to the ground here. Which, of course, causes the penalty to fly. It also causes, of course, the $43,709 fine. He's complaining. He's, yelling, what, how are you going to call that? It's funny because 90% of the time, well, not 90% of the time, most of the time when I watch the games, like when I'm live streaming and I see a penalty, I'm always like, okay, let's see how this looks. No, this just looked bad. And it was just bad. And I'm really surprised that he was not suspended / fined more than this. I'm surprised he wasn't suspended for a couple games or fined money for this because it was a dirty hit on their guy. I mean, there's no reason at all. This is where if you want to say something dirty, that's dirty. Because you can't justify me. I don't care what the explanation is. Why are you going to hit him with his head here? Why are you going to lower your head and hit him in the head here? In what way do you think he's going to break away from this tackle and go for 6? In what way? There's no justification. There's a reason why he was not activated last week. Honestly, Stanley Morgan is lucky that he's back on our practice squad. Because I feel like in reality, they probably should have cut him for this. Because this was just, not only is it dirty, it's something that cost us, yardage. It cost us in a very important game. Right before halftime, nonetheless. So, again, like I said, just absolutely stupid. And for him to sit there and now appeal this and, be like, oh, I didn't really do that, man. It wasn't my fault. Come on now. So, according to the NFL schedule of fines, a first offense for use of the helmet / launching is $21,855. And $43,709 is the amount for the second offense. But this was Morgan's first offense this season. Of course I'm going to appeal it, he said. I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. I put my head out of the way. I wasn't trying to do anything like that. I'm not a dirty player at all. What? What do you mean? You weren't trying to... You didn't put your head out of the way. We see your head. We see your head going toward his head. What are you talking about, Stanley? Listen, bro, I love Stanley Morgan. I do love him as a person. As a player, he's not really that amazing. But he has been on the team for a while because he's a good special teamer. But what are you talking about? You weren't trying to lead him with your head. Yes, you were. You weren't trying to get your head out of the way. If you want to get your head out of the way here, first off, you had all the time in the world here to, stop yourself and avoid from hitting the guy. But not only that, you could easily put your shoulder in his chest or in his head, even his shoulder in his head, for Pete's sake. Like, what are you talking about, Stanley? No. We could see clear as day. Clear as day, bro. And then he said, I feel like I did nothing wrong. See, this is the problem. The guy's tackled, Stanley. The guy's tackled. I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. Clearly, you did something wrong. Clearly, you did. Clearly, you hit a guy in the head and launched with your helmet when you shouldn't have. When you really didn't need to. Just own up for your mistakes, right? Just own up for it. Say, hey, listen, I messed up. I did a play that was bad, and he could even come out and say, listen, I missed. I should not have tackled him like that. The way I tackled him was inappropriate. I'm not a dirty player. But this one moment, that was a dirty hit I did, and that's incorrect, and that's wrong, and I deserve to be fined. I think the main reason why he is, saying, appealing it and saying he's not, all that stuff, I think the reason why is because it's a lot of money, man. It is. And you gotta remember, this year now, because of this fine, he's not going to get paid for one game that he played. Now, he still gets paid for the practice squad, don't get me wrong. He still gets paid to be on the practice squad. But other than that, he's not getting paid any money here. So he loses 2 games worth of money checks, and he also doesn't get activated for the next game, the Ravens game. And we had all of our receivers down in that game, but yet he doesn't get activated because, yeah, you're not going to activate a guy who does this. You're not. This is a, obviously a blatant, a hit on the head by our guy. And it's just stupid because it costs us yardage. And also, again, he's now getting fined, and he's going to make no money. So, football is a bang-bang sport. It is, okay? That's just how football works. But when you add in dirty plays like this, what you're doing is creating that bang-bang gladiator sport, and now you're potentially just going out there headhunting and injuring players. And that's inappropriate. That's wrong. That's disgusting. That's not what football is about. Football is a fast-paced game. Players get injured all the time. It sucks. We wish it didn't happen, but it does. When you are going out there and you are purposely doing something that could cause an injury, you should not be a part of this game. I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. Overall wise, I do not believe Stanley Morgan is a dirty player. I don't think he is. But I think in this moment right here, this was a dirty hit, this was a dirty play, and this was a dirty action by him. This does not mean he is a dirty player because of one stupid mistake, and it was a mistake, but one stupid action that he did. This does not make him a dirty player. This makes him a stupid player, for obviously, and this makes him committing a dirty act. Now, if he did this every single week and he did this all the time, then you could say he's a dirty player. One mistake, one stupid action does not define a player or the player how they are and who they are as a player and a person. Repeated action signifies that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one.